I thought I'd grasp the bull by the horns and stick the hinge on the bow. So to saw the bow in half, I've got it on the bandsaw, and of course because of the frame of the bandsaw I can't push it straight through. But what I did is I leant the bow against that and just went through, let the bow curve slightly. So the saw cut's at a very slight curve, but at least it's at 90 degrees to the side of the bow. I was thinking of putting it at an angle anyway to increase the area of contact, or even cutting it as a V, but then I thought the forces might split the bow. In the end I just did what was convenient. You can see I've got it, having sawn it, you can just about see the saw cut there. Got it clamped up in the vise. I've pushed the old hinge pin back into the hinge for now. It's still a fairly solid fit, and been drilling holes to fit the screws. Problem was getting a screw the right size. In the end I went for these, which were 4.5 by 25, but it conveniently says 9 by 1 inch in old money, because a number 8 wood screw was too small. I thought I wanted a number 10. In fact, I thought this was going to be a 10, but trying to convert old sort of number sizes of screws to metrics tricky. But these are nice, they're a decent size, nice coarse thread. I put my verniers on and measured the sort of core, or whatever you call it, on a screw, and that's only 2.5 millimetres, so I'm drilling a 2.5 millimetre hole, having clamped this up first, putting them in. They're quite hard to get in, so I think it'll be good and solid. Just putting 2 in each side for now, then I'll get it off and string it, see how it looks. I haven't done the horn knock, so I thought no, let's get the hinge done first, because then if there is an alignment issue I can reposition the knock slightly to sort it. You'd also look at that and think, blimey, that's a bit chunky and wide, but I can reduce it in size later. What I can do is I can take it off and screw it to the original tryout piece that I did, which was 2 parts of a couple of old bows. Screw it on there and then offer the thing up to the belt sander and shape it nicely. So yeah, I'll finish off with that. 2 screws each side, bung a string on it, get it on the tiller and let you have a look. Now, the first thing to notice is, having strung it, which was actually remarkably easy, the tensions open that gap up. So what I can do, of course, is I can put a shim in there to close that gap. In fact, I'll probably do that before I draw it heavily on the tiller. Well, I've got it strung. I'll give it a gentle flex on the tiller, but I won't go mad because I don't want to sort of bruise the wood at that point. Right, the hinge itself is in line with the arrow pass. We'll give it a little tug, see what happens. Yeah, it looks to be holding all right. It's at 40, we're about 23, so due to that bit of a gap opening up, it's actually given me a bit more draw length. But no, I'm happy enough with that. I'll get the other screws fitted. I'll see how that gap relaxes as I take the string off. I'll do that now. See, because you're pulling, it's not actually a problem to string it or unstring it. But there you can see that gap. That gap is actually there permanently now. I don't know why I had it clamped up solid, but what I can do is I can put a piece of anything I like there. I could put leather, could put horn, could put brass. A material of your choice. Could put something exotic in there, like don't know, stuff. Yeah, a bit of horn might look quite nice actually. Nice bit of black water buffalo horn, and I could put a peony or something to align it. But in actual fact, even this is with the sloppy old pin. Not too much sideways, actual sideways waggle. What's that, about inch, half inch? So with the better pin, I mean that might close up the gap slightly as well. Anyhow, I'll publish this video just so you can have a shufty. Again, like I said, I'll grind some of that away to make it look more elegant and subtle. But yeah, it looks like it'll be a goer. I'll just show you it folding in half, as if by magic. Well, that's interesting. Tiny bit of misalignment there. But probably slop in the pivot, whatever. Whatevs. Folding bow. No home should be without one. No Victorian gentleman should be without one, don't you now? Jolly good.